mic. I'm hoping that you can hear me kind of, sort of. So Brad and I are taking a trip. We took a trip out to Oregon. And yeah, just decided to bring you along with me. Currently, I don't really expect to get too much reading done, though I do have to say that I did finish a book. Brad and I listened to it on the way up, and that was Meat Eater Campfire Stories. I'll tell you more about it later. Right now, we are going to the aquarium. So, we're gonna go do that.
Just where it was needed, gleamed in black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing, faces merge and change, but your face remains the same. Swallows will be here by dawn. When we're finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt. Significant life, just what it was needed, gleamed in the blackest night, cloistered in injustice dead, and in the eyes of time, nobody's losing. The sparrows will be here by dawn. When we finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt.
Okay, I don't have much time to talk. Brad went to the restroom. We did go to the aquarium, as you saw. We also went to other places around Newport. That's not where we're staying. It's just south of where we are staying. But yeah, we're just up here in Oregon for our anniversary. So today is Valentine's Day. We don't typically celebrate it just because our anniversary is only a couple days after Valentine's Day, so there never seemed to be a point. Yes, I haven't done much reading. We did finish Meat Eater Campfire Stories by something Arnella. Steve Arnella. Arnella? But basically it's in a collection of stories that they've collected through, so Meat Eater is a show, it's a company, I believe, and basically Steve Arnella helps run it, or is the spokesperson of sorts, or the host, and basically he also runs a podcast, and they have a bunch of people working within Meat Eater that go hunting and fishing, and so that's a collection of stories of hunting, fishing, adventuring stories, essentially. And some of it was really intense, so I would look up warnings before if you were interested, just because there were some aspects of it that were like, oh goodness. So yeah, definitely take care of yourself before before getting into that, but I thought it was overall nice. I'm not going to rate it just because it's people's stories. But I thought it was really interesting, and I really like the fact that each story had its own narrator. Yeah, it was just a fun read, and it was something that Brad and I had started together. It took us forever. I'm nervous to see. I still need to update it on my Goodreads, but I'm nervous to see finish how long it actually took, because we basically listened to it off and on over the last, I'm pretty sure it's been over a year. So yeah. I do physically have with me several books, but the one I'm currently reading now is The Last Graduate by Naomi Novik. It's the second book in the Scholomance series, and I'm enjoying it. I'm just under halfway through, and it's kind of a slog. I enjoyed the first one because I enjoyed the detail. I could really see myself in the Scholomance school. It was slow, but it was detailed, and I really enjoyed it. With that, though, with most fantasies, I feel like most first books are really detailed, and therefore, kind of expected the second one not to be nearly as detailed and slow, and it is. I'm enjoying it, but it feels like one long inner monologue because we're still in the main character's perspective, and we're just getting info dump after info dump from her. Like I said, it doesn't bother me too much, but it is a lot. So, and then I was listening to How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I started it and got about 28% of the way through before we started heading up, but I paused it because it was putting me in a mood. Grady Hendrix, I find, has a way of making me feel emotions that I don't necessarily want to feel. And I get that that's something that I'm going to have to feel them. It's healthy to feel them, but I don't want to at the moment. I will deal with them when I want to. Particularly because How to Sell a Haunted House follows two siblings. Their parents just died, and they're adult siblings, and they basically are going through what their wills say, who gets the house, who gets whatever inheritance to them. And of course, there's some things that happened. There's a sibling dynamic that's really interesting, and I understand because this family miscommunication and not understanding each other, feeling like each other hate the other, and then there's the sibling parent dynamic, or the child parent dynamic, where it's also that miscommunication, not fully understanding everything that each other does or for what reason. So it's bringing up a lot of emotion. I didn't want to feel that emotion on this trip that's supposed to be a vacation, so I stopped that. And instead picked up The Time and the Love of Serial Killers, which I'm only 1% of the way through, which I'm pretty sure is just the first chapter. It was just the intro. So yeah, and I don't expect to necessarily finish or listen to very much of it during this trip because Brad and I spend a lot of time together. So yeah. And I just want to be present with him during this vacation. I do have 2 other physical books with me if I do finish the Scholomance, but we'll see how that goes. So, and I do hope to eventually go to a bookstore here, and hopefully I can show you that as well. I don't film too much in public. It makes sense during touristy spots, so the Aquarium bits, there you go, some scenery, but in small stores seems a little weird. So, yeah. So yeah, that's my update for now. So I think it's fair to say no reading has been done in this vlog. I am laying on our, show you my partner's underwear, I'm sorry. I'm laying on our hotel floor. Don't ask me why. Really. Excuse the hair ridiculousness, excuse, I'm in a bathing suit. We just got back from the hotel hot tubs. Because we spent the last several days, or a couple days, you may have saw, agate hunting. I realized without context, it might just look like we were just searching for rocks in rocks on the beach. And that would be an accurate assumption. If you don't know what an agate is, it is a clear-ish, cloudy rock. And particularly here in Oregon, where we're at, as well as along the coast of California, they come out of other rocks in cliff sides. So yeah, I don't know, it's just a fun thing to look for. Typically Brad's not into looking for them, but he was really excited for this trip, and we were excited to, like, we have friends that come up here this way as well, and they told us about some good spots. And the fact that we were able to get so much, like I'll have a picture here, it's crazy. So he wasn't typically interested in agate hunting when we do it in California where we live, just because you're lucky to get 5 to 10 maybe on a good day, and here the fact that we were able to, like, we were able to get so much here. It was nuts. So yeah. But yeah, hardly any reading has been done. No reading has been done, in all honesty. And I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. So we're just having fun. We had a fancy dinner tonight. We dressed up, hence my makeup. I went out to like a casino that we've had before. They had changed their menu since the last time we were here. It's been 5 years since the last time we were here. And yeah, it's just been nice. I don't necessarily know if I'll keep the narration or me talking in this vlog or not. We'll see. But yeah, it's just been nice.